Welcome to Sahali, which means a warm Asian breeze. This 2.1 acre iconic property is situated on Oswego Lake. So it's really an amazing story. Mary S. Young was a major philanthropic person in the Northwest who actually has Mary S. Young Park down in West Lynn, had a choice of anywhere to live in Lake Oswego. And she actually chose this 2.1 acre estate to build her home, which literally is a peninsula with 280 degrees views of the lake.
We are sitting right now in a community called Lake Oswego, Oregon, and the community itself is very friendly. We're from Scottsdale, Arizona, so the criteria for us as a whole family was to have access to water and to good golfing. And this place has both.
Oregon is really becoming a known commodity worldwide. And specifically, Lake Oswego is one of the top places to live in the United States. This particular house is centralized, literally walking distance from downtown Lake Oswego, the equestrian center, the lake, and some of the most fabulous schools in the country.
When you pull up in front of the residence, it has lovely curb appeal, but the roof is unique. The roof was actually imported from Japan. And at the time of being imported, it was 100 years old. And then when you come inside, you get to see water from wherever room you're at. And that was, I guess you could say for me, very peaceful.
There's very few properties on the lake that give you this type of privacy.
What I really am emotionally attached to, it's so private. I can pretty much do whatever I want. The property's big enough that you can have a house full of people and still be by yourself.
So during the 90s, a very large remodeling job was undertaken. Neil Kelly, who actually was an understudy of Frank Lloyd Wright's Institute, was brought in to respect the original architecture, but give it a greater flow and add to the Asian ambiance of the property.
Neil Kelly Company became involved in this property about 25 years ago when Scott and Pam Gibson bought the house. The first thing they were interested in doing was getting rid of the bowling alley effect in the living room. It was a very large room, so we designed this dining space in order to break up the space. We've kind of worked in this house over a period of 20 years, probably touching just about every corner of it.
And then in 1994, the studio that we're currently sitting in on the water was built.
So anybody that's ever visited the lake has perhaps taken a tour of the lake and noticed the iconic building that Robert Oschatz designed with its unique teardropped or fish-shaped glass window reflecting on the water.
Originally, this structure was designed to be an artist studio and a study, but it's very easy, as you can see, to adapt it to the needs of other people also.
My part that I love about the studio is its uniqueness and the fact that you can escape into a place on your own property and just relax.
It's 1,500 square feet, not an overkill, but it provides a sanctuary.
I think the draw for my husband was the view, the quietness, the natural way everything just flowed. There's a lot of natural flowing, you know, you can feel that energy, but it's a relaxing energy.
I mean, we are 21 steps from the back door of our residence with a cup of coffee or a glass of wine to the boat. So I believe having something in the middle of the lake permits you to use anything. You could go snow skiing in the morning, water ski in the afternoon. If you like to play golf, there's lovely golf courses within minutes of our residence. It's really an ideal community.
So let's talk about artwork. Let's talk about real estate and how it is like artwork. What makes artwork important is its provenance and its history. So for instance, the Japanese roof, the ceramic roof, was brought from Japan and was already over 100 years old. You've got amazing names like Robert Oschatz, who studied under Frank Lloyd Wright's son, Lloyd Wright. And then of course Neil Kelly, an understudy of Frank Lloyd Wright as well, who did the remodel during the 90s. You have an incredible property and location that was chosen by Mary S. Young, one of the original founders of Lake Oswego. It's quite an amazing property. And like artwork, it has provenance. This setting is an ever-changing painting, 24 hours a day.